الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون صدق الله العلي العظيم وكان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول حينما ينظر إلى المرآة اللهم أحسنت خلقي فأحسن خلقي أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. My most respected elders, beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, our very worthy visited members to our Jamaat, young children, in peace, mercy and blessings of Almighty Allah descend upon us all. Allah Almighty, after swearing by four objects, two of them being trees, the fig and the olive trees, which are very plentifully found in Palestine and Syria, meaning by these places Allah swears وَطُورٍ سِينِينَ and by the Mount of Sinai. Swearing by that mount stresses specifically on the messengership of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Then comes the holy city, the safe city, wal baladil amin, the city of Makkah Mukarramah, in which Prophet Muhammad upon the peace, the final messenger, was born, where he lived and he preached. After swearing by these four objects, now comes the Muqsam Alayh, the subject in question, the thing which is being sworn about. Allah mentioned, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Indeed, we have created man in the best form, shape, and fashion. And here the word taqweem, it literally denotes setting something aright, laying down the foundation straight and even. Allah has made man in the best form and fashion, most proportionate. You will remember in Hadith al-Qudusi when Allah spoke, called Allah Azza wa Jal, Ya Bana Adam, O child Adam, Ana tujisuni, how could you escape me? وَقَدْ خَلَقْتُكَ مِنْ مِثْلِ هَذَا, when I have indeed created you with something like this saliva. حتى إذا سويتك, until I fashioned you, وعدلتك, and I made you so proportionate. مشيت بين بردين, you walk so well balanced within your outer garment. That is what Allah said to the child of Adam. So well balanced, so proportionate. And here in Surah Tin, Allah is informing we have made man the best of creation. SubhanAllah. And this is most amazing. In one saying of the Prophet upon peace be upon him, Inna Allah khalaqa Adam ala surati. Allah has fashioned, He has made, He has created Father Adam upon His image. SubhanAllah. Now this can only mean that man has been characterized with some of the qualities and attributes of Allah. Because Allah is beyond having any shape and any image. That's all it can be. Man has some of the characters and the qualities of Allah, like the quality of being merciful, even feeling glad, feeling sad. These are some of the attributes of Allah Ta'ala. Every limb of the human body is able to move in so many different ways. He is able to hold, he is able to move and lift various things by moving his shoulder, his elbows, and his hand. And you could well imagine that the great engineers, the technicians, and the proficient men, they examined the shoulder of a human being. And then they came up with the idea of constructing gigantic equipment like a crane, an excavator, look how they operate, just similar to that of the shoulder, the elbow, and wrist of a man. Here we are talking about the best of creation. Allah has made man the best of creation. Just as the men of aviation looked at a bird. They looked at the bird, its wings, the pointed beak, the tail, and they constructed an aircraft, flying from east to west, north to south. In the like manner, people have examined the different structure of a man. They made various equipments to work with. SubhanAllah. The tongue alone, this is a masterpiece of the creation of Allah, without which one cannot hold something. It's indeed one of the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is with the tongue you grasp on to your knee when you go down in that ruku, very tightly, that bended posture. The functioning of the ears, the eyes, nose, mouth, and feet. SubhanAllah, all the wonders of Allah Ta'ala. Gathered together in the head, they form the most beautiful and coherent assortment. Coherent in the sense holding firmly together. Look how the nose stopped onto that part just below the eyes. And there is never a worry and concern that with rugged movements that the nose may fall off. SubhanAllah, find out from pilgrims the kind of crowd and tightness you find, especially when you are circumambulated around the Holy Kaaba, or you are running from Safa to Marwa. So much people pushing, pressing. There was never a case when anybody's nose became rubbed off on anybody's shoulder. SubhanAllah, look at the fixture of Could you imagine if the nose was stuck on the middle of the forehead? One would have been a little bit nosier. But how would one prostrate? Allah chose not to put the nose on the forehead, apparently, when He created man. You look at the way a man looks when he is in sajda, in prostration, the masajid 7 of them, you would have the idea that when Allah God created man, the posture He had in mind was indeed none but sajda. And you learn from Sirah al-Nabi that Nabi Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he was delivered, he assumed the position of sajda. The forehead being able to bear the burden of almost the weight of the human body. The palms of the hands look so well created and proportionated. The flexibility of the tongue, the arrangement of the teeth, and the mastery or the control of the vocal cords, it allows a man to roar even like a lion, and with the same apparatus cause one to sing so beautifully like a nightingale. Same apparatus. You can hear a man can roar. He can roar like a lion, and ask him to sing sweetly. SubhanAllah. He sounds like a nightingale. And you look at every human being, look at the apparatus of speech. They are what? The lips, tongue, teeth, throat. They are all the same in every human being. Everybody present here has a different voice. A different voice that is most distinctive. Unlike one who manufactures a motor car, all the horns of an almirah sound exactly the same. All the horns of a B14, it sounds the same. Look at Allah's greatness. Same tongue, throat, lips, and every among the billions of people present on earth, they have different voices. That's all you need to hear. One Assalamu alaikum. And among all the people, even though you have no caller ID, you can be able to recognize whose voice it is. From the time someone says Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, you can be able to tell who is calling the other. SubhanAllah. That's how Allah has created human beings. After all this, after having said لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ indeed, we have created man in the best form and fashion. We have made him among the best of all the creation. He has what others do not have. In addition to qualities like having strength, becoming hungry, becoming happy, even a dog becomes happy. You recognize with the wagging of the tail. Man has what they do not have. Knowledge. He made man greater and better than every other of his creation. But here he says, thereafter, we cause man to return to the lowest of the low. In the prime of his life, he is brimming with strength. He has all the vigor, and all his faculties are functioning at their best. When man ages, he grows weaker, and his health deteriorates all the time. Weaker and weaker. By aging, nobody becomes stronger. The sight does not become stronger. They become weaker and weaker. Those who were able to stand up perform 20 rakats, tarawih. Sometimes they show it as 10 standing, and the other 10 they're looking for a chair, but mashallah they're reading. That's it. He even begins to lose his physical beauty. The physical beauty only. He becomes useless and sometimes a burden to others. The man who was once supporting others is now in need of support from others. Take note of that. Imagine most times, father might be, dad might be the first one to hold on to the tender hands and fingers of the little one. Now beginning to take a step or two, the beginning of his life, dad holds him and gives him, walks him 2-3 steps, takes a rest. Then comes a time, the last part of the man, he needs that support. He needs one to hold him. He needs that support. That's the peace in hand. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Here comes the accepting sentence. Except those who believe and they perform righteous actions. And here this exception, or the acceptive term in sentence, does not ever mean that those who believe and do good actions will not face the brunt of old, or become senile, or become helpless. That is not what it means. Because there are many believers who are overcome by the senility of old age, and sometimes they are restricted onto a wheelchair and maybe goes permanently horizontal, lying up all the time. The sense, however, is that they do not suffer a big harm due to their physical or mental deterioration in old age. Only those with suffering who spend their entire effort and energy in the world on improving their physical condition, which has now come to an end. If a person's entire life is spent by nurturing and improving the physical appearance, just the life of the world, and nothing more matters to him in terms of accumulating the currency of the hereafter and the real beauty for our next life, then if all he did was preparing for the life of this world, trying to look nice, spend the last dollars in trying to take care of his body, when the time comes, when that is no more, he has lost everything. That's the one who suffers a great harm. The righteous believers will have an unfailing reward. And this verse makes it clear that a believer never becomes useless. A believer never becomes useless, even in the ripe, miserable age. Even though he is restricted on a wheelchair or he lies on a bed. We know it from Hadith that during the period of senility, when he is unable to do good actions, the good deeds he used to do when he had full strength will continue to be recorded in his book of accounts. As we learn from the hadith of the Prophet upon him peace, that when a Muslim falls ill, and take note, this is not only when a person goes on a wheelchair because of old age, but even in the case of one who is young, middle-aged, and falls ill, Allah orders the angels to continue to record in his account the good deeds he was in the habit of doing, and that's important. Here, what works for him? NIS. You know how it works. You don't get full pay. You fall ill, you don't get 100% of what you were accustomed getting. But the spiritual NIS is such, you get just everything minus nothing. Just every good deed you were in the habit of doing. When the time for prayer comes, you abandon everything, whatever. And you hasten, ablution, you perform your prayer to Allah. You have been doing that all the time. When on a Friday comes, you leave your business, leave the family, and you will hasten to the mosque for Jummah. Friday after Friday, hoping for Allah's blessing. Ramadan will come. No matter how hot the days are, you will fast for the sake of Allah. When you become sick and unable, all the things you have been doing, subhanAllah, you can't do it anymore. But because you have been doing it, everything is recorded. So even though the believer becomes very old, and you know in Hadith, good deeds will give one an extension in the lifespan, subhanAllah. Mubarak and congratulations to those who are present. Advance in age. It's a blessing from Allah. At no time a believer ever becomes useless. The blessings will continue to flow to his design. SubhanAllah. And we look at how the verse ends. فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونٍ. For them shall be a reward never ending. Here instead Allah making mention of the rewards and the blessings in paradise or in the hereafter, as is mentioned in other verses. What Allah mentioned, for them shall be a reward that will never end. And this could signify that their rewards for doing good start right here in the world. It only continues in the hereafter. SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah. And when people grow old, even they might be restricted, they are believers, Allah made them the real cause for much younger people, their children, their grandchildren, great-grandchildren. They can become the real cause for the younger ones, loved ones, to attain very high stage in paradise. SubhanAllah. Sometimes Allah put them there. He keeps them there. Only that children can have an opportunity to make up for missed moments. By looking after them, taking care of them, loving them. And you know it well. They are never left out. Come on, you attend Salatul Janazah. Even people who are being restricted and not able to attend, old people not able to attend funeral prayer. Look at the structure of the dua in Salatul Janazah. Allahumma ighfir li hayyina. Oh Allah, you forgive the living amongst us. Wa mayyitina, and the dead amongst us. We pray for shahidina wa ghaibina, those who are present and those who are absent. That's why we don't keep a body waiting for someone coming from England and Canada. The dua covers that. You forgive those who are present here and even those who are absent. وَالصَّغِيرِنَا وَالْكَبِيرِنَا. Oh Allah, you forgive the young ones amongst us. And you forgive kabirina, the elderly ones. They are never left out. They are never left out. They are included even in funeral prayer. وَكَبِيرِنَا وَذَكَرْنَا وَأُنْثَانَا. And you forgive the males amongst us and the females amongst us. So it is, my brothers and sisters, Allah reminds us as human beings. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. We have indeed created man in the best form and fashion. Think about it. Be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the goods, look at the faculties. Being able to express ourselves, we can see we can give. These are some of the attributes of Allah Himself. He has given them to us through His blessing. May Allah bless us all that we can become among His very grateful servants and be able to recognize what we have, utilize these bounties to win the pleasure of Allah. And what better way there can be for us to show appreciation. May Allah bless us all and make us among His ever grateful servants and recognize who we are. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا